All right. That's it. We can begin. So everyone, hello, and welcome to the fourth day of our workshop, Digital Tools for the EPIGRAPHIST. Today we have a session dedicated to the front end, and with us here we have Polina Yordanova, who will talk about EFES. Polina, take over, please.
Thank you, Dragana. Hello, everyone. I am very happy to see you all here on this session. And I'm very pleased that you have all stuck around and have really advanced wonderfully with the workshop's very intense program. I hope that the session today will not be the thing that scares you off of these things, working with the digital inscriptions, but just as a caveat, I'd like to let you know that the things I will be showing you are just for demonstration for the moment. I won't be expecting you to follow along. If you want to follow along, you are welcome to, of course, but since there is hopefully detailed documentation about everything, and you'll have some time for hands-on session in the afternoon, and this will not be the primary visualization tool that you'll be using anyways. Don't feel compelled now to follow along and get stressed if you fall behind. So just relax, take a deep breath, and let's dive into EFES together. I don't have a presentation per se for you. I'll just be sharing my screen and I'll take you on a little tour around the documentation that is existing for EFES, and we'll try to start it up together, and we'll even try to visualize one of your inscriptions in it. And while I'll fiddle with the sharing, I would just like to ask you to let me know if I talk a little bit too fast, too quickly, or if something that I said doesn't make much sense and you'd like me to elaborate more on it. Just feel free to interrupt me whenever you want to. So EFES, or EpiDoc Front-End Services, which is what stands behind this abbreviation, is, as Dragana said, put it wonderfully during our discussion before the session started, is a dream come true for epigraphers, or at least the first attempt for a wonderful dream to come true, which is that after epigraphers have decided to put their database online, to have things open access, to share their work with the world and collaborate with different projects, and they have adopted the EpiDoc ways, and they spend maybe a full week on a workshop learning how to code, or maybe they go to multiple workshops and feel really confident in their skills. They are met with the problem of what to do next when they have this encoded database with these endless XML files, how to visualize them, how to share them with the world. And until a few years ago, the way to do that was to basically contact your university's ITs or entire computer departments and ask them to host that for you or to help you with that. And this is great. And this is how you get wonderful things such as the inscriptions of the Northern Black Sea project, which I'm sure you're all aware of, or the inscriptions of Greek Cyrenaica, which are wonderful projects curated by a team of epigraphers and a team of programmers alongside with them. But this, unfortunately, is not accessible to every epigrapher there is, and especially in the early stages of our work with the documents, it is quite challenging not being able to see what you're actually doing. I'm sure all of you can by now read through XML as if it's plain text, but still we have to admit that at some point the angle in being able to understand what it says. So this is where EFES came along. It is a platform that has been designed by some people from the EpiDoc community, by the larger EpiDoc community, thanks to a project led by Gabriel Budar back in 2017. So there are some years behind it already. The active development of EFES has been done in 2017, but it has been continuously improved upon by the entire EpiDoc community and by many projects who have decided to incorporate it in their workflow. And this is actually something that is already embedded in the idea behind EFES, that it is community-driven and it has been created in order to reflect the needs of the EpiDoc community. So at the very start of the project, if I may give you some boring history, but as I was there, as it was created, you have to excuse my sentimental sidetrack. There have been multiple iterative conversations with the epigraphers about their needs and what they would like to have in their editions, and how much they would like to be involved in actually shaping the way the edition is displayed online, and how much they would like to have things just straight out of the box for them. And as a result, EFES was born as a specification of a prior existing tool, which was used for some of these great epigraphy projects that I mentioned, like Iospe and Aegisire and the inscriptions of Roman Tripolitania and so forth, which have all been hosted by these big IT departments. So the goal of EFES was to take these very useful functionalities of that existing software called Kiln, and make it so that an epigrapher who has basic knowledge of EpiDoc, who is comfortable enough with EpiDoc and has some basic knowledge in programming, or even without such knowledge, could make use of these functionalities on their own for the stage of managing their database and coding their database, but also as a publishing tool. And in 2017, one of the developers of that pre-existing software, Jamie Norrish, was contacted and asked to build EFES. And I was on the side of the epigraphers trying to relay the needs of the epigraphic community so that then Jamie could incorporate them in this platform. And this wonderful dream that we had back then, that it will be something that any epigrapher with the basic knowledge of XML could work with, might have fallen short in some ways, because through the multiple workshops that we have conducted over the years, there haven't been many people who have come to us at the end of the workshops and said, we got it all working and fine, and now we know how to work with this independently. But this is also not its idea. There is, as I said, a robust community working behind it that you can contact and ask advice from. But in the end, it turns out that some support from a programmer might also come handy, at the publishing stage at least. But for working with your documents, for visualizing them, and maintaining your database, EFES as it is at the moment is a pretty nifty tool, if I may say so. I'm currently sharing the GitHub page where EFES is hosted. This is the home of the code and also of the user guide. And this user guide is going to undergo quite the makeover soon, hopefully, as we are hoping to make it more accessible to users. And we also would like to improve by adding some of the new functionalities that have been introduced in EFES by the project that have been working with it. And one of our driving ideas behind that was that, unfortunately, earlier this year, Jamie, who was the main programmer, the main developer of EFES, sadly passed away. And so now we would like to do this in his memory, and so that his work may continue being useful to more and more people. So this is where you would go anyways in order to use EFES in its current state or in its revamped, glammed up version. This is where you would get the code if you'd like to try it. You have had the GitHub session already, so I just assume that you are fluent with using it. You would just either download it or clone it, depending on how comfortable you feel with it. I have already downloaded it on my machine, so as not to strain my internet connection even more. Just beware when you download it that you need to know where you're putting it. It's often that we download things from the web and we just stick them in whatever folder is the default one on our computers, but here you need to be very aware where you're putting it, because then we'll have to be accessing it from our command prompt or terminal window. So in my case, I have put it on my desktop. If you have it somewhere else when you download it, just take a note of where that is. And also keep in mind that you'll be, if you're downloading it, you'll be downloading a zipped folder, and the computer can't do much with a zipped folder. So the first thing we need to do if we want to use it is to unzip it. And in my case, when I unzip it, it's called EFES master, and this is how I will be referencing it from now on whenever I want to access it from my computer. But now that we have it, I can show you a rather scary image of what EFES is. No, it's not that one. Wait, I had it open somewhere. Clearly not here. Oh, there it is. Okay. It took a while to load the image. So EFES is not really a front-end service as it is called, because a lot of the work that we as users have to do is done actually with the XML in the engine room. But it consists of two major components that we'll be working with. One is the folder that we just downloaded on our computer, or that I just, and you will in a minute, which is just a set of folders with various content inside. It looks very much like an HTML site that you would download, and then you have various components divided in various folders. And the other bit that is part of it is in the browser. So you will be interacting with EFES through your file navigator and through your browser. What browser that is, I would recommend sticking with Google Chrome, just so we don't mess things up, because I know there have been some problems with the other browsers, but since I haven't tried it myself in a long time, I can't give you more info on that. So what EFES is in fact just a collection of various very powerful tools which are able to support this website of ours that will be visualizing our inscriptions. And the way we interact with it is by opening the different folders that are on our machine, by deploying a server through our command line or terminal. I'll show you in a minute how to do that. It's not complicated, don't worry. And by clicking around on a nice web page. That's it. If you want to do some development of EFES, if you want to change the way your edition looks, or you want to add some new functionalities, then you would have to do some XSLT, but it is not necessary from the get-go to know how to do that. So in order to start EFES, we need to start the server that will be carrying EFES on our local machine. None of this is visible to anyone until you publish it very much later in your work. So you can do anything your heart desires and not be afraid that you're breaking anything, or that some of your unfinished work will become public. So what I recommend you doing is going to that user guide page that I have linked in your program. yourself with the user guide, because everything that you need to know is written there. So we have the quick start. We also have installing EFES for the first time, and we're going to follow that. And we have various pages on how to display your documents, how to manipulate the way the edition looks like, and stuff like that. So I don't know whether our crowd here has predominantly PC or Mac. I'll be showing how to do it on a Mac, but you have the documentation here for a PC as well. So worry not. First thing you need to do after you have downloaded and unzipped, or you have cloned the EFES code on your computer, is to access your command line or your terminal. And there are instructions how to do that. Don't worry, you'll find it. And depending on whether you're a PC or a Mac user, there are different commands that you need to input. So if you're a Windows user, you would be typing in, so you would be first going to where you downloaded your EFES. In my case, that's in the desktop, and it's called EFES Master. If you put it in your downloads, then you have to navigate to your downloads folder or any other place. And if I were a PC user, a Windows PC user, I would now type in build.bat. But since I'm on Mac, I will be writing build.sh. That's the only difference. That and the direction of the slashes that bring you to this place. And now it's going to do something. It's going to think for a little bit. And we have to wait, especially if this is your first time installing EFES, it might take a little while. So it makes sense to wait, go have a cup of tea, call your mom, have something nice to distract you with, and not worry about it. Now, there will be some error message and warnings that will be spit out. Maybe on your machine, don't worry about them. Those are some system internal things that do not affect your work. They don't do anything on your computer. Nothing will break. And it says here, you need to wait for it to say at some point, development server is running at HTTP and then the string of numbers. And we need to copy the string of numbers and paste it. And probably the first time you try to do it, it will say that the page is not found if the server is still trying to build itself up and display EFES. But just keep refreshing, sip on your tea and relax until you see this. Welcome to EFES. So this is EFES. This and the files here in your computer, in your file navigator. So there is a little bit of a hurdle to be overcome in the beginning of using EFES, which is that you need to set up some of the components necessary for its function. But this is only done once. And when you do it, you don't need to bother with that ever again. So I'm going to show you how to do that very quickly so that you know it's not complicated, but I won't be lingering on it much. So what you need to do is you need to create a repository that will harvest information from your authority files. You already know about that. And you need to index the documents that you have on your computer. I'll make this a little bit bigger for you. So you do that by accessing the admin panel, all documented. Don't worry, don't write anything down. And by going to this Sesame component. Sesame is the old name of that RDF storage, RDF triple store, but it's still called like this now. It's RDF J4, I think, that it was renamed recently. So what we need to do here is to create a new repository, pick the third option, and give it an ID, Kiln. Its ID is Kiln because EFES was built on this prior software that was called Kiln. And then click Next, click Create, and that's it. You're done here. You can now go again to your home page. And it's actually very clever to have multiple tabs open and not having to retype the address again and again. So I'll learn from my mistakes. And when you're in the admin, you need to click on Harvest All. You wait for a short time, hopefully. You see that everything's green. You go back and then you click the other big blue button, Index All, which is what will take the files that are pre-existing in EFES for demo purposes, and it will crawl through all of them, it will collect all the relevant information, and it will display it then for you so that you can familiarize with yourself with its functions, at least in the beginning. So once we've done this, then again, I didn't use the other tab, so learn from me repeating my mistakes. You're here at your homepage. What you can do is you can already see some inscriptions that were preloaded there. You can see what they look like. So we have some from inscriptions of Greek Cyrenaica. We just click on them. They have been encoded in EpiDoc using the same tags that you have already practiced this week. And we see that out of the box, they have already an interpretive and a diplomatic edition that you can see on them. You can also see some indices that have been pre-made for EFES. And here the idea is that you can use these indices as a starting point on which you can build your own indices if you would like to have something that is not already there. So you just copy an existing document and you change it accordingly. So let's see an index, for example, of personal names. We see a name, Apollon, for example, has been found on 2 stones, on 2 epigraphic monuments, but as we know, since it's in a square bracket, that means that partially it was restored. It's not actually there, as Ekaterini, for example, which is fully present on the stone somewhere over here. And then we see Apollon, that is probably somewhere in a lacuna. Yeah, there it is. It has been restored by the editor. So all of that, I haven't done any manipulation on EFES. The only thing I have done is download it, create that RDF repository following the steps that I have on the side here, and harvesting and indexing. And this is what I can see already, which is pretty nice. So just for visualizing your documents, this is enough. That's all you need to know. You need to know how to start EFES. And you need to know where to put your documents. So I'm going to show this to you now. So at the beginning, it could be really daunting to see all these folders here that have these scary names and you don't know what lives where. But again, everything is very thoroughly described in the user guide. For example, how to run EFES with your own XML. It tells you here things about indexing and harvesting, which I showed you. So what you need to know is how to access the place that stores the XML documents. Very quickly, this is in web app roots, content, XML, EpiDoc. And I haven't used EFES in many, many years now, but once you have done this 5 times, you already remember where everything is. So don't worry about that. If this can become very, very easy and very intuitive. This is the place that stores all these documents that we saw here in EFES on the inscriptions page. We see them displayed here, and their XMLs are actually here in that folder that I just brought you to. So if we want to see our document, we need to put it over here with the other ones. And I have been very kindly sent a document by Elina that she was working on. Let me just see if I remember where I put it. Somewhere on my machine, I think it was on the desktop, that we can now try to visualize together. So I'm just going to copy it from where I downloaded it and place it in this folder. And I'm very happy to see that it was named like this so that I can be reminded to give you important information. When you are naming your files, it's generally best practice not to leave any spaces in them because computers get very easily confused by spaces in names. So try to avoid them at all costs. Add hyphens or underscores or something. So in this case, I'm just going to dispense with this space. And maybe with, yeah, that's fine. Everything else is fine. So I have now from EFES, I will not see it yet because the computer does not know about it yet. It's just on my machine. The way to make the computer aware that this file has now entered the stage and I want it to crawl through it and collect all that important information that I have been encoding in it is to index it. So I couldn't see it over here, but I can see it here in the admin where the indexing is happening. Again, described in the user guide, don't worry if you don't remember it. I can see it over here, and I can either index all documents again or just index that individual one. We want to see that the operation succeeded everywhere. And now if I reload the main inscription page, we have it. And we have everything that Elina has encoded in it. She can confirm, hopefully, that this is what she encoded and what she wanted to have displayed. And we already see the interpretive edition of the text that she encoded and the diplomatic edition out of the box. And we see some apparatus there, some translation. If you want to see photos in EFES of your inscriptions, that is also possible. Of course, there is image support. At the moment, though, I haven't been able to make it work on my machine. And since I haven't worked on the development of EFES in some time, I don't know whether this is a bug that is going on or it's just something local not working for me. So if you do end up trying EFES on your own, you can test and let me know. So what you would do if you want to try EFES, just to recapitulate, is download, run the server from your command prompt by reading the instructions in the user guide. Put your folder, harvest and index first everything, then put your folder, your inscription in the folder where other inscriptions live. Index that inscription again, and this is what you see. And this works with hopefully any file that has been encoded with the EpiDoc style sheets in mind, with the EpiDoc guidelines in mind. And if we want to change what we see here, we can also do some little tweaks on the style sheet that are being used for the transformation. So EpiDoc has multiple style sheets that have been developed by multiple projects that are reflecting their individual preferences on displaying lacunae, abbreviations, and stuff like that. So again, what do we do when we want to change anything on EFES? We go to the user guide that you have linked in the program. User guide. You never want to look at the technical documentation yet. Just the user related things. And then we see running EFES with your EpiDoc XML. We go there. We scroll through some information about the indexing, and we go to configuring EpiDoc XML display. So this is done through another file that lives on this batch of folders and files that you downloaded on your computer that you can open, and you can change different things inside. So in that case, it is a sitemap. It's just the format of the file that it is. And something that also I can let you know in order to save you some frustration is that sitemaps are just XML documents, but they are not recognized by Oxygen to be XML documents. So what you can do in this case, okay, go away, is to get to this sitemap that is listed in the guidelines and just drag and drop in Oxygen. This will make it realize that it's just an XML file that it's dealing with. And for me, it's around line 127. I'm certain that it should be like this for you as well, is where the EpiDoc related variables are. And these are the ones that can be changed. As this comment usefully tells us, you can see all the various supported values. So the things that you can actually supply here as content of these elements. That's not entirely true because we haven't updated that README in a long time. So there's some new values that you can also supply, but let's work with the ones that are already there. And for example, the default addition structure. So what we see here, where did I put it? Over here. This default addition structure is set to be sample. And if I want to see it as Jospe would have done it, for example, the inscriptions, the inscriptions of Northern Black Sea, I just change the value here from sample to Jospe and I reload the page. And now I see an edition that is structured very much like the edition of Jospe. Where is it? Here. Another thing I can do is, for example, change how I number my lines. So the default thing is that every 5th line is numbered. I can make it so that every line gets numbered by changing just that content of that element. And now we have this over here. So this is all nice and neat, but it requires you knowing only where things live and how to navigate this folder structure. For the more advanced stuff, you might also need to learn some XSLT, especially if you want to create your own edition structure. So if you're not happy with any of the editions that are provided, if your project has something that they want more, or even that they would like to contribute by feeding it back to the EpiDoc standards, that would be amazing. Then you might want to create your own edition. And for that, you need XSLT and maybe a programmer, or at least a buddy of yours that is comfortable programming so that you can call them and have them hold your hand while you do that. But in terms of visualizing and managing your documents, that's all you need to know. Where things are in the folders and how to start EFES. And this is actually part of what I think makes EFES still valuable as a visualizing tool, even if it requires some technical help then for the actual publishing of your results, is that it's not just a publishing tool. It's not just something that you use in order to then display your data to the world. It can be used at any stage of your work with your documents. So as we are encoding now, if I may go back to Elina's file, we can see whether we have encoded everything the way we want it to. So through the visualization, we can see whether all the abbreviations that we have marked are truthful to what we see in the actual edition that we are digitalizing, whether the metadata makes sense, and so on and so forth. So even at the beginning stage of preparing your edition, you can use EFES for that purpose. Then also for project management, I know that it is a great hassle. One of the great hassles in project is how to manage multiple people working on the same thing, or God forbid, multiple people working on multiple things that then need to be mashed together to create one coherent project. And in that sense, EFES, and especially if you use GitHub to facilitate version control, is wonderful because it keeps the various stages separate. So you have the encoding of the documents is done in one place, in one folder. The tweaking of the edition structure is done in another folder. Then the web look, the look of the site that you see here on your training sandbox site is done in another folder. And then when you're ready to publish, you can have someone who knows web design come and make it pretty for you. Or you can learn how to do it yourselves. I know multiple people have done that as well. So it's great that at no point you are dependent on someone else having finished their batch of work so that you can work on your own. Also, in terms of noticing patterns in the corpus that you're working with, sometimes it can be really daunting having to look through your XML files. If you have them displayed like this, and if you index them, and you can already make use of the, oh, I see we have a name here. Should we see whether it has also indexed as a name? I don't see it, but it could be I am trying to wrap up, so we can consult the guidelines for that. So when you are, to get back on my thought, when you are going through your files and you're probably trying to make a point, organizing them into different groups, trying to make sense how they would fit together in your edition finally, how you would distribute them in chapters and so forth. It's wonderful to have a tool like this that can already display and index your documents, and you can start seeing these patterns emerge in your file. So also on that stage of working in your projects, it can be useful. And finally, it is challenging to publish using EFES because you do need to know some more advanced things about hosting your project and web design and stuff like that. But there are projects that have used EFES already successfully and have deployed their results online. I can show you, for example, here, a project that has been built using EFES and that has been published with EFES as well. You see here that the structure of the site is much similar to the structure that we have here, even in our sandbox EFES over here on the home page. So where did I put that one? It is, in fact, with very little customization that you can get a pretty site like this. EpiDoc also has, for example, the Byzantine seals. Also have a site that has been built during EFES, and the EpiDoc project is really very active in feeding back their code to EFES and making it better. So this leads me to my final point. Even if it does seem challenging, there is a lot of support online that you can have. And this is actually, I think, the biggest strength of EFES, that is, it's community-driven and community-maintained. So if you want to use it, if you want to try it out, and you get stuck doing something and the user guide, due to the faults of its creators, does not tell you what to do, and you would like to have some more information, there is actually help. There is this Google group, the EFES users Google group, that I will link in your program, where you can subscribe to using your email, and you can ask all sorts of questions. They don't have to be complex questions. They can be really simple. It might just be something that you have not been able to find in the user guide, and no one will judge you for it. But it is a robust community that is answering these questions, and even if you don't get answered within the same day, surely within a week someone will look at your individual problem and will try to come up with a solution. Having things being out there as open source, open access, and community-driven is something that EpiDoc really is built on in its foundation, in its core values. So in that sense, EFES hopefully reflects that. So as a walkthrough of EFES, I think this is the best I can do online and without being there to solve any potential computer woes that you might have. I know some potential issues starting EFES might be related to Java. EFES is a little picky when it comes to Java. It should work with the latest version, but sometimes you need to go back to a previous version of EFES. I think 7 and 8 are the stable ones. In any case, try it out. And if there is a problem and you still want to experience some work with EFES, we can try to work it out offline. And another issue that you might experience is that you get panicked because it is a little daunting to launch a server on your computer and to try to navigate through all these folders, and then to have to go and do some scary sounding things such as harvesting RDF triples and indexing files and so forth. This is a lot to take in at once. Usually we have full workshops on EFES for people who want to use it. But everything is documented. Nothing hangs on this. You will not break anything if you make an error on your own computer. And there is help to be had by many, many people who are very passionate about it and want to make it better. So if you'd like to give it a try, my advice is to go to that link that I left in the program, or I will leave in the program if I haven't yet. Oh, there it is. Download it, follow the steps that are really step-by-step described in the user guide. And then if anything is scary, do subscribe to that EFES Google group, and do write for help and support, because the community is only as strong as we maintain it, right? We need to be active and help each other with these things, so that we can all have reusable, reshareable, and openly accessible data. So that's all on my part. If you have any questions, I would be very happy to answer them if I can.
Thank you, Polina. This was really, really dynamic and I think very informative. So if anybody wants to ask something, this would be the perfect time.
I can just agree that was excellent explained, and I just already managed to visualize that.
Oh, that is fantastic to hear.
All the steps, yeah. I managed, I succeed.
Did you manage to see your own document visualized there?
But I was not able to participate yesterday. I just copied the file of Professor Jukeska and I visualized that one. I can share the screen.
Sure, that would be lovely. Let's see what it looks like. I'll stop sharing over here.
Just 1 second.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, you can try with other people's files as well. This would be also a nice way to check each other's documents and help each other if things aren't clear on some bits, because I know it's a very well-structured workshop. I am really amazed how much information you have been able to fit in just a week, and how nicely you have paced it. But it is a lot of information to take in, so I know that it can be a little overwhelming. So it's great that you all help each other, and yeah, we got this.
Thank you. It was excellent.
Thank you so much, Polina. I think that we can safely move on to the next session. I mean, not session, but topic, which is the other front-end service that we will learn during this workshop, and this is AIAX. So I would like to ask our trainers to switch to the next topic, if you all agree. Or do you need a moment to reflect on EFES? Are you ready for the next program to be learned?
Well, I may, while you decide, just make my excuse and leave you all to learn AIAX, which is another wonderful tool. Sadly, I won't be able to join you for the remainder of this, but I remain at your disposal. If you have any questions, contact via email, or even better, in the EFES user group. So good luck with the remainder of the workshop. You're doing a great job.
Thank you, Polina.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. So now Kristiyan will take over and begin with presenting AIAX.
Thank you. I'm not gonna put on my camera because I have a really unstable internet, and it's more important to see my screen than me for this instance, so sorry in advance. So I'm gonna be talking about the AIAX tool, which is a content management system and front end. It's it uses the TI XML format that you're well aware of. The system works with epigraphic documents encoded in TI XML format, specifically adhering to the standards of EpiDoc. The system is built using PHP for server-side processing and SQL databases for storage and retrieval. There are two deployment options. One is a portable version that you probably downloaded. It is provided as a package on the website called AIAX Telamon portable.zip and contains a web server, PHP 8, and SQL. And this version is self-contained and doesn't require installation, just unzipping. And then we have a server-side installation, which requires self-installation on your own server, including setting your own PHP and your SQL database import, MySQL or on an Apache server, for example. The key functionalities that AIAX provides are visualization of epigraphic text in two versions, publishers and diplomatic text, transformation of XML files into epigraphic publishers sigla according to Leiden Plus system, display of metadata, critical apparatus, commentary, bibliography, and photographs associated with the monument that we put in the facsimile element. Compilation of various indexes, words, places, attested persons, names, and so on, based on authority TI XML files that you made yesterday, actually. So Telamon is a specific implementation tailored for it to represent ancient Greek inscriptions in Bulgaria. This is actually the layout of Telamon, and you can see you have your places where you find spots of your monuments, and then metadata, including images. The Telamon operates with a custom EpiDoc XML template, but it can be adapted to work with other templates, but it would require more tweaking than, for example, EFES. It has features like an admin panel, user management, extended presentation options, indexing, error reporting, image edition, and enhanced search capabilities. And has, yes, that's what I said already. It has tailored distributions for tituli, this project, which is for Latin inscriptions, Horus is for ecclesiastical inscriptions in Greek, and the main and most developed one, Telamon. It's simple to install it. It needs only PHP above 7.3 and SQL. The sample instructions are provided with the downloadable package, so you can check them, as well as the ones available in the in the workshop program. So during indexing, epigraphic tables are cleared, images are resized, information is extracted from XML files, and necessary elements for searching are recorded. The website presentation is based on the indexed information, allowing for fast separation without directly accessing the XML files, and you can actually edit your XML files from this web page they are being displayed on currently. I'm gonna show you that feature is really cool. So let's try it. This is mirrored version of the Telamon project. It's for sandbox features and tests, of course. I'm gonna show you how to access firstly the admin panel. You go in the bottom and there's a little login. Most of the password, the username and password is admin and passwd. You log in, you go to the subsection called XML and to XML files. And here you can see where your XMLs are living. For example, your XMLs are going to be living in the folder called EpiDoc, and your authority files are going to live under the authority folder. We don't touch config and sandbox for now. Here you can see all of the XML files available on the Telamon website. You can right-click them and even see them with a little preview. Now you can expand it. Sorry, there seems to be an issue with this feature right now.
Sorry for interrupting, Chris. Can I ask you to make it a little bigger?
Yes, of course. Is it okay this way?
For me, yes.
Is it visible? Okay. So here's all the files. As I said, you can preview them and see how they look. They are following the same structure you have been using for the past few days. And in some versions of AIAX, you can actually edit it from this panel. Sorry. So to add your inscription here, you can just right-click and select Upload Files, or a whole folder, of course. I have a file called Telamon demo or Telamon demo. And I have specific images that I added into the facsimile option element. So I can add two files, which are also with the same demo, which are also with the same name, Telamon and Telamon demo. And then I go to index feature. Okay, and now we have a success message, meaning our images are indexed, two images indexed, and our file is indexed as well. So now we can return to the front end part of the Telamon project. And here we have it. Altar for the imperial gods erected by Aristenetus. And the number in our collection is the Telamon demo file. And here is one of the images that we uploaded. And here you can download it again from the website and see the XML for yourself. Let me just see, it's from Kristiyan, and yes, we have it actually indexed on the map as well. But because it's an already existing inscription in our collection, we have it 3 times. So that's that. So we can try with an Latin inscription. We go to XML files again. We go to XMLs, the XML folder, and then EpiDoc. We click again, upload files. I have a pre-made Latin epigraphic file called tituli demo or TTL demo. Oh, sorry, it's a JPEG. My bad. And then you have a little preview here on your left. It's kind of small, but you can check for information in it. So this file actually in the Tituli collection has this identification number, TTL4302. So you can keep the preview all the times to see if the file you're uploading is correct. Then we return to the main section and go to images. We use select files and select the Tituli demo file. Then we go again and click on index and click indexing. So yes, we have successfully uploaded and indexed our image as well as a new XML file. As you remember, before that we had 61 files that were checked and green, meaning there's no issue with them. Because sometimes when you have errors in your syntax, just basic XML syntax, it can lead to not the XML files not being indexed correctly. Okay, so we return to our page, and here we have it: dedication to Casabonus by the freedman Felicimus. And here's our inscription, an image of it. Of course, you can have a whole gallery of different angles of the inscription, as I think the original from the Tituli project has. You can check it on the site of the Tituli project. And here we have meta information about the picture itself. And of course, you can download it again. Okay, I think yes, I think that's it for the process of uploading and indexing your data on the AIAX system. If Dimitar or Elina want to add or expand on the things I said.
Well, I don't have almost anything to add, except that when you try to upload an inscription, also take care about correctly referring everything to your authority lists, and if something is not present in the authority lists that you have in your distribution of AIAX that you are using, you make sure to add it, because otherwise it will not index, and otherwise it will say that it cannot establish the link between the two. But the visualization of the inscription itself the presence of the inscription, the preview of the inscription of the on the front page, together with all the other inscriptions. Its visualization on the map, if you have it georeferenced, and hopefully its presence in the filters. I think they are working correctly, and you should try to double with all this and upload the files that you have already encoded to see how they work. So now I have to say that we have several options. One of them is if you have already downloaded and run your local version, and have you tried it? If you have not, please do it now. And just as Kristiyan showed you, try to put the files that you've been working on there and try to index them. And we also have several mirror versions which are online. They're server installations which basically mirror our Telamon database. And now I will link to most of them, and probably you will be able to access and use them. Do you have any questions until now? Well, what I would like to stress in addition is that actually it's only one part of the AIAX system which is responsible for storing, indexing, and visualizing the XML files themselves, as you saw when you saw the admin panel. Another part of it, as Chris already said in his presentation, is CMS, which means Content Management System. So the relatively static part of your website, which is menus, pages, subpages, the things like the CSS, which is governing how your head will look like, and the items you have in the menu, for example, about us, about the project, news, etc., etc. They are also governed by another part of the AIAX platform. We have not dealt with this because our main purpose is to try and visualize in different ways, as somebody from you has already done with EFES, your inscriptions on which you have been working, because as Polina also said, it gives you an instant gratification to see the fruits of your work actually put on display, because before we had these front-end tools, we more or less worked in the darkness, and also to see if there are some inconsistencies that you have committed, even if your files appear to be valid and well-formed. If something is not right in your visualization, you may have nothing not quite right in your encoding. A typical example of something which escapes validation, but is possible to be visualized awkwardly, as Elina said yesterday, I think, is the spaces. Too many spaces or lack thereof will result in some awkward visualization. You will have words separated by too much white space or words joined together, but it will not be produced as a mistake by the EpiDoc editor, such as Oxygen. So you need to first visualize your inscription, via a tool such as AIAX, and then things that are not quite right, such like this, will pop up. So, okay. This is what I had to add for now. So do you have as a I see maybe at least two of you that also said in the preview, or three of you. There's Philip, Danilo, and Elena. I think that have their files already ready for visualization, and try your hands on AIAX as shown. But first, let me check if your local portable versions, if you have installed them, if runs locally on your computer, or is able to index files, because as I explained to some of you already, maybe it was Yelena, when you try to install a local version of something, this holds true with the EFES, by the way. It's very, very capricious when it comes to the local Java server installation, in a JavaScript installation, that local Java installation that you have on your computer. Here the problem is with the server ports, because it needs to start both Apache and MySQL locally. So you need to run not one, but two servers on your local computer. And sometimes if you have a very vigilant antivirus thing, it will scream that this is malware, because malware is also listen to these ports. Maybe you have other programs such as Viber, Discord, some internet browsers, etc., that may listen to the same ports, and then you need to double with the ports and change them and see how it works, etc., etc. When you try to install a local, so to run a server locally, your operation systems already have quite strict regulations on what exactly can run on your machine, because it could render your machines potentially in danger. Potentially, don't worry.
Yeah, and again, to mention, for the online versions, sometimes the antivirus programs would perceive it as a threat. So it depends on the type of the your antivirus programs. Anyways, because my computer is super unsafe space, everything runs smoothly on my computer, and I have both the local host, the AIAX portable, and the online version working properly. And while my colleagues were speaking, I have tried to visualize Elena's inscription. Since she was kind enough to upload it. And if you want, you can we can take a look at the visualization. Or
meanwhile, I'll give you the links to our backup. There are at least 3 servers up and running, and they may be even more. But
just do not use Chrome, preferably.
And have if you have the real Telamon or Tituli website open, close it just in case.
Just in case, close it. So, how did any of you manage to open the portable version?
I actually tried to, I logged in and I tried to upload mine, but I'm not sure if I did it, because it says here kodirani originalni 0, създадени 0. So is it
would you please
indexed or not?
Could you share your screen, and we can go through the whole process one more time, so to make sure that we are doing the correct thing. And any others, did you manage to open the program? Okay, so yep, you did upload it, because if you want, you can change the language into English, but probably the mistakes are given in Bulgarian only. So here you can see some mistakes that 100% show you that your inscription is uploaded. Here
You don't have the images, obviously.
object
Yes.
pillar in Prometheus 6. So in your inscription, the type of object that you have written is pillar, but we don't have that type of object in the XML authority lists for objects. We have defined it somewhere else. So it doesn't recognize this object, and it says, okay, you have to check your authority file. Here, there is something missing.
Shall we?
Yes, that's what I wanted to ask.
Shall we run the
because
risk of editing it with the inline? Shall we try this now? So and see.
But no, just one more thing. So Elena, you wanted to say something?
Yes, that's what I wanted to ask actually about the authorities list, because I actually tried to index this stuff and I did add them in the authority list, but they were downloaded at my computer. So I just wanted to ask, perhaps how do we have to do it online in order to work? Or
Yes.
Okay.
That is something I will show you right now, probably, or after the break. I'm not sure which one is best, but I just want to make sure that all the other participants have at least one version of AIAX running, so that we can work together and not leave someone behind in our work. So please do tell me if you encounter some. Okay, Daniel says he has it running.
To be honest,
Should I stop sharing now?
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to. So your inscription is working and it's indexed, and we can have a look at it on my computer actually, because I have it indexed as well. Okay, so Danilo.
to be honest, I'm not following properly.
Milica, Alexandra. Where are you? How can we help you with
at the same time, I had to download server installation. Alex Telemon Master. It's correct? Because I just downloaded AIAX Telemon Portable.
Yes, that's the only thing you need.
That's the only thing?
Yes, that's the only thing you need.
The other thing, server installation, AIAX Telemon Master.
Master, you wouldn't want to touch the master.
Okay.
So you need, and okay, anybody else? Yelena, Milica, please do Alexandra.
In the meanwhile, I have put some mirror servers as links in the workshop program. But first, try to run it locally. It could be. Sorry, I've also switched off my camera because of the bandwidth that I'm using, because I have almost all of the AIAX servers running now. One of the useful things that you can do if your local version is running, that you can encode inscriptions. You can check them against.
That's what I'm going to show now.
And then you can upload them locally on your desktop distribution and see how they're visualized and what you're doing or what you're not doing properly.
Okay.
Just one question more.
Yeah.
How to sign in the admin part?
Yeah. I will close my windows for the AIAX portable, and I will run it right from the beginning, from after you download it. Just follow me if you haven't done it yet, and you will catch up and continue from the point where you encountered problems. So here I have unzipped folder with AIAX, and my connection is unstable again. I'm sorry. I should turn off my camera as well. Yep. And here is the Telamon. When I double click, it automatically opens on my preferred browser. That would be Chrome. And since I told you that my computer is super unsafe, I don't have problems using Chrome with it, and it works. But still, it is preferable to use something else. Since I know that there's no problem, I will continue using Chrome. And yep, here is the main page of Telamon, and we scroll all the way down to the very, very tiny and small login here. And
My
here,
application, it's not running up when I double click Telamon application.
what?
It's not going, when I double click to the Telamon application, it's not going to the link.
It's
Oh.
it's not opening.
Yes.
There's supposed to be like a USB server on your taskbar next to the language, the internet, and so on.
You may share your screen so we can see what you're doing. I can stop sharing if you want.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Can you click here next to the cloud on the taskbar?
Next to the cloud,
on your taskbar next to the language option to change the languages.
Here.
Yes. See there. There's a little pointer up, and then you have this. Looks like a computer, like a small computer icon on the top row. You have 5 open.
As far as I can see, yes, you have several open.
Click on one of them. Just double click it. Yes, the problem is your MySQL database is not opening.
Yes, you see the the red exclamation mark. Yeah.
You can try to start it, or you can try for the demonstration just to use the
online version.
The online versions that Dimitar added to the program for now.
You can open one now if you want, just to see whether it works.
Okay, where is it?
This is a guide that tells you what ports to change, etc., etc. And you can try it, but it will take time. It will take time, and maybe now, in case you don't want to miss out, try one of the portable versions and.
Okay, it's this one. USB web server quick start guide. Here?
No. The portable versions Mitko added in the chat, I think, or where?
No. In the workshop program.
So Mitko added
Thursday, April 18th, after the links to EFES user guide, etc.
Okay.
No, just take your time, find the versions, and let all the others to see them in case they are lost as well.
Okay. The program.
Yes.
Yeah, just pick one and open it. Then scroll down all the way down to the
you see
login. Login
at the
is
very
on your
bottom before the cookies declaration.
On your left, yep, login, and then you have
admin and password.
Yep.
Password.
Password.
What is the password?
It's passwd.
You can just copy paste what you have. Well,
The same thing.
Yes,
Yes.
the same.
Now
Okay.
it takes you to
Great.
the
Great.
admin
So
panel.
now you are inside, and you can stop sharing so I can continue with my demo. We are
Okay,
on
thank
the
you.
yeah, we are on the same place. I hope that all the others are in the same place as well. The portable version has the same admin and
Yeah, even if you do it
us,
locally, you should be there.
but
Log in and then go to the admin panel.
and I enter with the same usernames and password. And here I am behind the front page. Here you see some, let me just, I will switch to English. There are some things that are just automatically displayed in Bulgarian, but I hope that doesn't scare you too much. So here you actually have access to the whole site, not just your XML files and not your only your documents, but the actual display could be changed through here these panels. You shouldn't do this.
Yeah, but we can walk you around this to see.
We can walk you around, but it is safe for you to keep away. Here, there are there is some information about the users. This is a copy of a working site, so you have multiple users that can upload information. And there are different user levels because there are just encoders that just upload the information, and there are verifiers that then change, may correct something already uploaded. And there are a super admin level of access to actually change the content of the site, the site itself, not the content. And about the languages, we don't touch that. I don't touch that. Me personally, I only use the. So here's the site and the site content. Probably something useful you have is to see how much visitors you had and where they logged into, and how many downloads, because we are open access and you can download your the actual XML file of every single inscription, and this is something like useful, no, but interesting, just to keep track of the interest your site gets.
Sorry to interrupt you. So this is not something that an individual user can use. It can also be used collectively. And
yeah,
you can have user levels who can only deal with things here and there. You can give them as much rights to edit your material or your content or your web page as you want.
The whole idea is that these projects are not strictly hierarchical, if you may say so. It is teamwork with different responsibilities and different persons responsible for different things. And the easiest way to control it is not to have one person at the top responsible for just everything, but different fields to be covered by different persons. That's why we have these levels of access that allow you to designate certain responsibilities to different people. So the place what that interests us here in our workshop is the XML area and the XML files. Here you have two folders, basically just folders, one containing XML files, properly named EpiDoc and authority. In the EpiDoc file, you obviously have all your XMLs. So now what you can do, and what I have already done, is, and here, just 1 second, you have a lot of icons that don't even need translation because they're quite self-explanatory. You can upload, you can download, you can, just let me open something. What should I add? Okay, so Latin inscription number 2. I think there's no information in that inscription, but still. Within this file, you can open the file, you can download the file, preview it, copy it, of course, duplicate it, hide it for some reason. If you've seen a mistake and you don't have time to correct it, you just hide it from the site for a while, if you just to give you enough time to work with it. You can edit the file online here using different types. Yep.
Elina, sorry to bother you, to interrupt you, but on some of the versions that are available online, there's no inline editor, just a preview. So some of the colleagues may not see that window.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, but still, it's good thing to show. If at least one of the 3 versions that we have uploaded so far, we have 3 more, and when I check how they're running, I'll link them to it. If at least one has it as a functionality, it could be used, but it's actually, for me, it's one of the coolest thing that we have here, because if you want just to change a tag or an attribute value, you don't need to download the file, put it through XML Oxygen, and then upload it and replace it again.
I didn't reach the coolest part yet. Wait, hold your breath. That's not the coolest part. So anyways, these are your XMLs. You can upload new files from here. You can hide, edit, delete, rename, and so on and so on. And let's see, the whole thing started when we talked about the authority files. The same thing applies for the authority files that are here in the authority folder. You can open online the document and you can correct it, edit it, and work with it in many ways.
There's actually 2 inline editors. This is the first one. Actually,
yeah, that's my
more,
preferred. Yeah, that's my preferred editor, but you can use the other one. I don't know why I don't use the other one. Let me remind myself. Code mirror. Yeah, it's white.
But you can even choose
that's my
design of the inline editor if you wish.
Yes, there are 3 actually, and you can use the text area, and again it's white and it doesn't have line numbers. So save and close. Anyways, plenty of ways to work with that online. Otherwise, there is another way to work with that. If you're not 100% what you're supposed to do, and you're afraid to work on the actual file and break something and disturb all your colleagues in the middle of the night saying, oh, I broke the site or something like that, you can just download the file. open it in the XML. I don't remember what I downloaded. What was it? Document type. Okay, so yeah, you can open it, work with it over here when it's where it's validated against the TI schema. Then upload it again. Don't worry about this. Then upload it again. And it will say the file already exists. What do you want to do it? Do you want to replace it? Yes, I want to replace it. And we have the same file, but with minor or less minor corrections. When you work here on the authority lists, you have to index. You have to index in order for your authority files to make the connections and to appear on the changes you made to appear on the site. So here there is a list of the mistakes, and the list of the mistakes could be quite informative. We are not interested in this part, missing Kim and Snimka, but here you have problem with doc type in Latin inscription number 1, because the doc type we have used in Latin inscription number 1 is either missing or not existing in the authority files that we have. Then we have neotkrit списъка object stele. So we have used stele as an ID, and I actually had to check that. In the authority files, it is stela. So one letter gives a mistake, and you have to correct it. But still, once you see this pretty obvious like list of mistakes, you can go through them and see what is wrong with your inscriptions. So let's go to the site. Here, I don't know whether you see me. Here it is the site, and we go to the front end of the AIAX tool, and we will look at the inscription Telamon. Here the search is working quite good, and since I remember just this part of the new inscription, I just search for it, and you can check here why it is not found. Let's see. Because I added it in somewhere, someplace else. Let's see. EpiDoc. Telamon template. And let's upload it again. Sometimes, and that applies for EFES as well, just be aware of that. Sometimes the space is extremely dangerous and might mess your indexing. You may want to avoid spaces within an title. In general, you have to avoid using
Yeah, you can use underscores instead.
Yeah, that's a general rule, not just for AIAX, not just for EFES, but
Yeah, in file names don't use white space.
in file
Never
names.
ever.
Yeah, so I will rename that and remove the space. And then I will index. Hope. Okay, didn't see that one coming. It was working just 15 minutes ago.
Have you switched to?
Yeah. I can, it was working. It was working.
If we switch to the portable ones.
I think I'm to the portable one. Okay.
To the, sorry for the online ones. This is the portable one.
Yeah. But it was working on this
Okay,
one.
okay. Let us not
Mm-hmm.
waste time. The ones that I've made here do work. Not on the workshop. These work for me. I hope they work for everybody else.
Okay, so I will do the same thing, just real quick. Plot XML EpiDoc is very.
Oops, not with the space. Okay.
I will remove the space later.
Okay.
Prima nuvei.
Yeah.
Top. Then index. Then go to the site, search for Telamon, and get the same mistake. Huh.
Maybe there's an issue with the XML itself.
Well, not last time I checked it.
Let me see if it, send it to me to see if it works on me.
It's in the chat. It's in the chat.
Ah, this one.
I could just show you on another already existing inscription how to, yeah, let's see. Philip uploaded his. This is yep. I'm sorry, I'm not hearing anything.
Yes, there's some problem with your
So this is Philip's inscription, and here you have the visualization that works exactly like the one in the side. And there are several. There is one important difference.
Yes, this is what Philip did, because I was in the meanwhile trying to upload mine.
And could you open? Did you manage to open the inscription of Elena?
Let me see. This is Telamon new.
Telamon
The
template.
one. This is Elena's inscription, which.
So
No. Yeah, but it still gives me, although we renamed it. Can I share?
yep, I will stop sharing.
It still gives me, you see here, this one, it still gives me the white space. Although we have deleted it, I'm wondering if this could be the problem. Because this person here, I'm not sure about that. I'm just wondering. But okay, well, sorry for the interruption. You were going to show.
I think I have the same problem actually. I have managed to upload it, arrived until I index, and it stopped. And it says problem with the doc type.
Can you share screen so we can see?
Okay, I'll try.
Oh.
So
Okay, it says problem with the doc type because probably you have to refer to some. But if you go to the site, does it visualize?
where exactly? Because I see it here. It's here.
Yes. If you go on the upper part, when there is site, you see
Yes, or
site, another language. No,
no, on the header of the site, or you can click the AIAX with the paw and
the orange things.
yeah.
Site, another language, help. This
Here?
one.
Yeah.
Click on it. Well,
And you can type the name of your.
It's 8, I think. It's 8. I have here.
Or on the upper
on the
part.
upper part, yes.
Here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it was like this similar question.
Yes.
Yes.
You have it.
But what have I done?
Can you click the icon? Okay.
Do all of you use the same server?
Same problem.
Same problem, yeah.
Should I stop sharing now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Elena is typing that. Okay, can you share your screen? Is this yours? What you have done?
Yes, what I did was I deleted because I found it in the list of EpiDoc files in AIAX, the old one with the space. And there
Okay.
was a second one, so I deleted the wrong one and I left just this one, and I think now it's working. So
Okay,
maybe
can
that was the
you
problem.
share your screen?
Yes, yes, I will share it now.
Yeah, Elena says that she can also see her on Telemon. Let's see your screen and work with that. Okay, so click on the icon on the Operation Rider over there.
Which one?
The icon,
okay.
the
Where
image.
the image is supposed to be. Oops.
Well, we have a mistake here.
So it visualizes parts of the text. Pillar, okay.
Okay, so let's
Yeah, Elena, can you show yours? Probably.
Yes, sorry, my connection is a little bit. You see it now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So you managed to visualize it already.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. That's good news. So let us show some functionalities on this, until we figure out what's going on with the other one.
Yeah, so once you're in the admin, logged in as an admin, there is an additional, how do you say that, box that you have here. Just below the text, you see the translation, the map, the coded, the XML, the ones, the boxes you already have in the site working without being logged in. But when you're logged in, you have the edit box. And if you check, if you click on it, please do, Elena, say, yeah. If you click on it and then click on the black screen, you see your actual XML file, and you can scroll down and you can work with it online on the front and see the immediate corrections visualized above in the text. So let's see, let's see whether there is something we can change here, just in order to see how it works. Yeah. Let's just change something. I don't know. Let's change G-type dot to G-type leaf somewhere on your inscription. And yeah, you have plenty of dots. So just pick one, and instead of dot as value of the attribute, put leave. Yeah, so here this is on line 5. And then you scroll and say save. And let's see. It should, and refresh probably. Yeah, and on line 5, now it states leave. This is extremely useful for minor corrections when you can instantly work on your inscription and see what is actually happening. You don't have to index every time. You have to index only if you change connections to the authority lists, and you have to yeah, otherwise you will see the changes you make instantly. Let's see what else we can do. Dum viralis. Yeah, this interesting dum viralis abbreviation that we couldn't quite figure out how to make work to visualize properly. Let's see how it is visualized in the diplomatic edition. Lautanus et dum viral, yes. Correct. That's
yes, but I just made this as
as
abbreviation.
yes,
Yeah.
as abr, but not. Well, if we choose not to treat it as a number, but only as an abbreviation marker, I was thinking about that yesterday. So you can go to the edit section again and see if we decide not to treat that as a number, though it is, technically speaking. You can treat it as an abbreviation marker. So instead of you didn't state that it is so here you can say that this is an am instead of abr, it's am, and changed the back should be changed as well. See, it's red. Yes, and now it's and save it. See how it looks now. The interpretive edition. Why it is displayed? Would you refresh, please, the page? Nah, it's still visible. I don't know. It still doesn't work the way I was thinking that it should be looking, but that's
It's a matter of encoding, actually.
that's yeah, that's a matter of more complex encoding that I cannot think of right now. But
Maybe it's a question for the markup list, and yes, we may
yeah,
raise this issue at the end of our workshop, that for anything that for such complex cases, you can also always consult the markup list, which probably I would do out of curiosity.
And now I'm trying to, yeah, so basically that is the cool things that should work, but obviously are not that well. For now, just 1 second. Mitko, would you take?
Okay, so now If you go to the diplomatic edition, you will see that what basically AIAX, similarly to EFES, does is that it transforms. This is an embedded scenario in all this. It transforms your interpretive text into a diplomatic edition with scriptio continua, with automatically capitalizing all the letters, taking account of the abbreviation, the thing with the part which is resolved in the interpretive edition is not shown, and also taking part of the spaces left and the interlinear punctuation. See all the dots here, plus this leaf which we changed on purpose. If you then go to below, we have, of course, the translation, and if you add your own translation when you click on well, if you add basically your information, it should appear if you switch languages. If you want to try it now.
I didn't translate.
Okay, okay. Do you have some other meta information that you have entered in
You mean in another language?
Yes, in Serbian, for example.
Yes, I have this basic ones.
Yes. Let's see. It was in, of course, no, just click another language. It used to read Bulgarian, but we change it because we have multiple languages here. No, 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 no. I mean, yes. Now you see the same information which is duplicated across your XML document. Yeah, you obviously didn't have the time to fill all the fields. This is why here it's empty. But anything that you have entered in Serbian is now displayed in another language, so you can switch in between languages. Okay, you have Serbian denominations of the type of monument, and yeah, including the rubrics of the metadata. They also have their automatic translations, which if you deal with yeah, now it shows in Bulgarian because this is what we have used it for. But there is a way to make some additional tweaks in order for this meta information on the left, such as izdatelji materijal and so on and so forth, proizhod to be displayed in Serbian. For now, our deployments on the web servers are such as, yes, it allows for multilingual display, but with some additional changes, you will also have the names of the rubrics of the meta information here to the left in different languages. But yes, the multilingual display works. It displays correctly the parts that you entered in a native language, non-English language, as should work for Bulgarian, Macedonian, and whatever. We're working currently on giving this multilingual support, so it could be more flexible with languages. You can switch back to English if you wish. I only wanted to see how it works.
Yeah, so
Yes.
now
Yes.
we can just try to add some of the information within your inscription to the authority file and index it and see whether it appears in the indices. So that I think that we have enough time to do at least try to do that.
Okay.
Let's see.
I added my authority lists because I couldn't upload the file otherwise.
I'm sorry.
I added my authority lists here.
Okay.
What? Yeah,
You
XML file
added them. Yeah.
Yes, because I added one here about regions,
Military.
and I couldn't. Yes, I couldn't upload my file without this.
Aha.
Okay.
Yeah. So military obviously shouldn't be visualized because we don't have like an working doctam.
Yes, you when you upload a new authority, when you add corrections to the existing authority list that you have now, they should link properly. But if you add a new authority list, we should update the system so as to reflect the new authority list. But for now we're not able to show also this how it's done. It's a bit complex, but it's of course possible. We have added and removed several times our authority lists.
Let's try to see whether a type of monument block is existing in first let's Elena, would you scroll to the edit section? Yeah, and see type of down. Yeah.
It does exist, I found it.
Yeah, so material, yep, block. And you said that this is block is the correct ID in the authority list. Okay, so now when you open the home page and scroll a little bit down to filters, object type, block, your monument should be here.
It is.
Yeah, but that's not your name. You didn't name it that way.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Pardon me. So
this is
yeah,
it.
so this is your inscription, and it is searchable now via the material. It is listed within the blocks, and we can also add the personal names to be found in the person name and the onom list if you want.
Okay, sorry.
You should click on the icon, yeah, or in the
yes, I can see it's the find place also here.
Yes, the find places as well here as well.
Should I go here for personal names?
The thing is, have you doubled with the authority lists which are in this AIAX version? If not, what you did with your local authority list, you need to take.
I uploaded.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Great. So now when you click up, his page isn't working quite now. Yeah, just for like an excuse, you probably have you probably can imagine that I am speaking with our web developer when I turn off my microphone, so he is probably working on the guts of the online version right now. And that is why some things aren't opened, cannot be visualized. Oh, but what else can we do?
If you go back to your inscription, yeah, this is the first one is usually the last one which was worked on. So you can, yes. Have we seen the XML code? With yeah, of course, the link to the National Works with Music. The coded thing. Yeah, here you have the this is what is shown even publicly. The edit part is when you're logged in as admin, but if this XML thing, it shows you the part of the text which is in text body, which is which can be seen
And right now I
by everybody.
see a very small but very annoying mistake. The onom.xml, onom is capital O.
Yes, 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 yes.
You should always give like the very exact name of the ID and the XML folder of file that you are referring to.
Yeah, but
So
you can edit it now.
yeah,
Maybe we had a function find also working. With Control F, you probably will be able to find all onoms. Yes. So here you capitalize all of them. This is why I said that page doesn't exist, probably because we don't have onom with small m. But we will see. Yeah, everything. Now save. You see this save with archive. This is version control. In this case, it is a very small technical editing. But if you edit some important part of the information of your inscription, like you change the content, or you change the commentary, you change the edition of the text, or something that could be read as another edition of the same document, you can choose the option Save with Archive, which means that you have another version, and ideally on the bottom hand side of your inscriptions window, you will have this is version number 2. You have previous versions of this document, which amount to previous editions of the same monument. In most cases, you will have technical corrections and you won't need this. But when you change something significantly, you may want to archive the old version. So it's so you have different versions of the same document, and they should appear in the versioning history of your document. Well, if you have the full functionality of the server. I don't know if this is working here now, but we don't have any significant changes nevertheless. So if we now go to indices to see if it works. Now, okay, so go back and I'll show something else actually. The coded part, which gives you, actually in our case, we won't have that much things here because this is probably the one and only Latin inscription that you have in your collection. But here, and this is something which is also seen on the user end side of of the platform is that for all the significant elements that you have encoded, all the words, titles, personal names, etc., you will have the possibility, if you click on them, in our case, if you click on them, probably it will show only this inscription, but if you have several inscriptions with encoded elements which are the same or similar to what you have, for example, Pontifex Romanus, Dum Viralis, Coloniae, or the name Gaius Valerius Plautianus, or something like this. This is actually every word in the inscription here, it appears. And if you click on the clickable parts of it, for example, on Pontifex, yeah, okay, you will see all the other monuments that contain. Oh, actually, we do have, because we have at least one other Latin inscription. All the parts that we, yeah, this inscription is indexed twice, probably because we have it twice in our EpiDoc folder, but element by element, this coded part of the display of the inscriptions shows you all the other inscriptions that have the same element. So it is a bit useful as a functionality. Okay. If you go back to our inscription, let us see what else is there. So yes, there's the apparatus, there's the commentary. And of course, in the bibliography, what is for now we can do away with this because you probably won't need it, but something which automatically, when referred to, appears is the edition of Mihailo, because we use it for almost all the inscriptions that we have on in Telemon. But here, if we double with the code some more, we can have another corpus which could appear by default and not appear, for example, Inscriptiones Moesia Superioris, if you wish, and it will disappear only if you shade so. And of course, you have also the in the front, you have also the inscription to be downloaded, and this will also appear on the website. If, well, practically now it's on the website, but on the official website, if you publish your collections, each and every inscription of yours will be available for download. Okay. Chris, do you have to add? Do you add something, or we can ask somebody else how they do?
No, I don't have anything to add.
Okay, so thank you, Elina. Anybody else who tried to do something? I'm working on the inscriptions that I have from Elena and Milica to see if I can do something with them, and I can share with you. Anybody else? Do you manage to do it? Do you manage to run it on some version of the platforms that you have?
I don't, because I have the same encoded description from the Elena, Professor Elena, and I have still the same problem, error.
The error.
Yeah.
I am working right now of trying to figure out the error, since I suspect that the error is something pretty pretty small in the format of the template itself in order not to be visualized, and I'm trying to remove or add some things in to make it work, but I'm not sure that I will manage to find this mistake before the break. I am trying really hard. So yes, let me see. Yeah, so if you give me just like 5 more minutes to try to do something with that, otherwise I would suggest to work on to show you around working with our own files that obviously do not contain this weird thing that is messing with the site, the mirror sites, and I actually uploaded on our working official site some of your inscriptions, and they give the same mistake there. So it is something in the XML itself, and I'm trying to figure out what it could be. So yeah, I would suggest Mitko to show some linking to authorities and indexing on an existing inscription, while I try to see whether it will miraculously work when I add or remove some things that
Okay.
could
But
mess with the visualization.
should I work in the sandbox installations or in the official site?
No, just be on the work on the mirror.
Yes.
On the mirror, not on the official. I'm just I used the actual site just to see whether the mistake is in the mirror itself or in the XML.
Okay.
So
Let us see what we have. And I opened a random file to see what we can link. So here we have, we have a material and object. We have and we have also linked the document type. What if we decide to change something? Currently, this is general inscription for Aurelia Felicissima of Nicea. And of course, here we have some typos that we can edit, but yeah, we also have to edit here the title. And currently we see that there are some problems with the text, precisely with the spaces. So the original location is Bonamancio. Let us see if this shows on the map. Yeah. You see the exact place. Bonamancio is something that we don't have in the Pleiades gazetteer, for example, but we know the coordinates of the place. And this is why it refers to it in this way. If we go to our authorities, this should be in Origlock. And in the Origlock, you have the reference to Bonamancio, but in the XML itself, probably is where you have the reference to the location. Okay. You see it here, this XML base that if you go and then check it against the EpiDoc schema, it will say that it is not valid, but still it's very useful to have it. This is why if we filter it here, we will see our inscription. But what if we let me see it now? What if we decide to transfer this to somewhere else? Let's see what we have in our authority list. Okay, let's say Apollonia. So here in, okay, in history, I'm referring to, let me make sure that this ID is correct, and see if it works properly. And this is the reference, but we may want to also change the string. I'll now try to do this to see if it will version my inscription. Okay. Yes, as you can see, yeah. Good. This feature also works on the mirror versions. As you can see here, we have versioning. If I save this as a significant edition of the content of my monument, it gives you this as a new version, and it automatically lists the last state of our document in previous versions. So you can see here we had one initial version from January 2024, and we've just made obsolete another version which whose last edit was today, because we changed the location of the monument, which counts, I think, as a significant addition. What do we have now? Let us see if it's listed under. Yeah, did we change the name here? I think we did, but just in case. Let us see if this gives you different filters. For some reason, this one was the one. This one was, yes, the one we saw yesterday. Try to change some names here. Heracleides, for example. Okay. And this is what this is. Number 2. What I'm going to do, because the references are all there, I'm going to try to edit the text itself, because there are some spaces that need to be dealt with. Yes?
Well, I managed to fix the file to be displayed on the web page.
Okay. Will you?
Same here. Same here.
The issue, I think, was with the place name.
Yeah, with the find spot.
Yes.
With the find spot.
Will you share it if you're ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Chris, you can do it if you want, or I can do it. So yeah,
if you want to, you do it.
Please do so. I will try to open the other ones just to make sure everything is smooth and running. Okay, so yeah. We basically have done the same thing, so we should Yeah, probably communicated more between ourselves, not just debugging the same thing. But anyways,
Yeah. So I added a reference to the find spot being Hotnitsa, and it just appeared. Did you
yeah.
do the same? Yeah.
Yes, I did exactly the same thing. So for some reason, the find spot should have some sort of reference to to the authority list. So
Yes.
if you have troubles visualizing your inscription, please do add a random. So the safest is Pula. The safest link is Pula to Plovdiv. It would link to Plovdiv.
We have a lot of inscriptions from there.
Yeah, and since
It's
we know
proven that it works.
we are 100% sure that it exists, so you can use it. Basically, that was the mistake, and yeah, that's weird. But anyways, I will upload.
The really insidious thing is that when you open the file in Oxygen, it does not give you any mistake.
Yes.
But when AIAX tries to read all the paths, it somehow finds it faulty.
Yeah, so all the people having the issue with their
Can you make it bigger, please?
yes, I'm gonna make it even bigger. Sorry, I'm not using Oxygen. So the people having the issue with their files not displaying in AIAX properly, just after find spot at the place that you're referencing or at Plovdiv.
Or Plovdiv, yep.
Just for the sake of experiment, when you populate your own collection with your own find spots and original places, it will be easier. But now we're working with the material that we do have for now.
Okay, so I will safely share my screen again and just show you the inscription of Elena displayed here, Hotnica, and everything else looks pretty normal. About Hotnica, and not to use something that is wrong, I would suggest, and that's what we are going to do now, we are going to edit the authority lists. So again, we are entering the XML area, and we are going to the authority files and to find spot. And I hope it is visible enough. I will just copy a place. I will paste it. I will type Hotnica. How do you write it? How do you think?
Hotntsa.
Yeah.
Hotnica.
Yeah.
And not here, but anyways, Control V. The geolocation would be found in geonames. Let's see. Hotnica. And there it is. I just copy the address here and add it here. Replace the veteran address with Hotnica, and the geolocation is over here. No, here. Control V, and save and close. Now we have created an working entity for Hotnica in the authority list. And I will remove the cheating Plovdiv with the actual here with, where do we provenance type found in Hotnica. Hotnica. And let's hit save. Now let's index, because we have added something new in the authority list. And hopefully we will get a map that will show us to Hotnica. Okay, this is the location, this is the geo name, and this is not Hotnica. Why? Still, if you click geo names, it shows the correct place. And we don't know why we have it here. Probably something with the
XML base, maybe.
Hotnica location. Save and close. Let's edit the document here. And see, find spot.
Yeah.
Save. And let's see now.
Oh, yeah. This is
here. There we see Hotnica. Otherwise, it directs you to Lulin, a very dramatic
exciting neighborhood of Bulgaria's capital.
place. Yeah.
You just send in the chat the modified document.
Okay.
Yeah, just to recheck during the break.
And in this file, I have seen a minor mistake, and I hope I'm not too overconfident to think that that would be the last of our problems with the mirror site. But if you work a bit and try to visualize your inscriptions, just remembering that you have to put something in your provenance type found here in the find spot. And ideally you can put the actual place in the authority list, or you can use Plovdiv and see whether it works. If it does, then we will have the interesting part for the afternoon. We will actually correct some of the pretty common mistakes that occur in your XML files that would be probably useful. If anybody is still experiencing problems, the lunch break would be the perfect time to send me screenshots in order to make the most of this break and try to fix as many mistakes possible.
Yes. I also wanted to add, I managed to fix EL8, which also had an issue. It's a dedication to Jupyter. I can share a screen.
Yep, sure.
Okay. So one of the problems was that it didn't have a firstly document type. This tag can't be empty. You should write something after the hashtag, as I wrote here, dedication. Even though it's written here in the seg element, it's more like plain text, and the machine doesn't understand that. It understands this, only this, when it's in an attribute. And then I did the same as the other inscription. I added Plovdiv as the find spot, even though the find spot is Pleven, because I don't know if we have it in our authority lists. And here is on the website. If anybody wondering, the two inscriptions that I corrected are on GR3 server. So you can find them there.
Anything else that somebody wants to add?
Yeah. Did you files? I don't remember. Who put something in the find spot and see whether it works. I think it should be okay for now. Again, I hope that this was like the major mistake, but obviously the program is super sensitive to having any type of IDs. It demands IDs after the reference, the attribute to authority lists for some reason. And since we always put references, we haven't tried it to work without any references, and didn't expect that as a problem. And we are extremely sorry for that confusion that you had to witness and to take part of in this morning.
Yeah, but at
I really
least
hope
we identified what's going on, and
yeah, but that should have happened offline. I'm really sorry, and I really hope that this didn't scare you off, but showed you
don't
that.
feel discouraged. Everything will eventually work.
Yes, and it's a part of the work process, actually. So
Yeah.
this is like a real life experience that we all had together.
So if you have some files which you can send beforehand, we can try to figure out if there is a problem with them without having to figure it out in real time. And the afternoon we start with the presentation on another aspect of digital epigraphy which might be useful in your projects, 3D imaging. And after that we continue with our work, and we'll try to clear any problems that occur in the meanwhile.
Yeah, so in the meantime, really just try to run the inscription. If it doesn't run, just screenshot the mistakes you get and send them.
And send the files our way also.
Send the screenshot to me, for instance, or me and Chris and Mitko, so that we can just check what's happening and see whether it is something stupid enough for us to be able to fix it. Okay, so yeah, I think we should like end this session 5 minutes earlier, just to give time for everybody to see the inscriptions. Just one more time, all of you have the AIAX running now. There isn't any of you who still receive some sort of mistake, or just I want to be sure that at least this is covered. Again, I will take the silence as a positive answer.
Yeah, something else, if you have one inscription already and you're wondering what to do next, there's also other inscriptions shared with you. We distributed half of them to you. Maybe some of them were not even taken because we received a message from Slavica that she may not be able to be present today, so you can also take hers, and there are 4 more that are not taken by anybody else. So, and we can add some more. So if you feel like doing more encoding and uploading more inscriptions into the platform for the rest of today and for tomorrow and for the time that you want to take to exercise yourself, please feel free to do it. Only write down your names against the inscriptions from the hands-on session that I uploaded yesterday. So yeah.
I'll take one.
Okay.
Do it for
Great.
We should have prepared probably some more complex, more interesting, not complex like deliberately complex, but more interesting inscriptions. But still, you can always just use some of the online available resources with inscriptions, and just make up the other data for the sake of exercising, or
I
find
can
an
take care to
inscription.
prepare some.
Okay.
If you wish so. We can
But
also do some Greek ones if you wish. Also, we can see what we can do. Although these are, I mean, these are all the inscriptions in Tituli that we have, but we will make up something, maybe. Or you can, yes, you can also come up with your own if you have, because I believe that many of you have an inscription or two in mind and see how it could be done. From the heritage of Serbia and Macedonia, maybe Dragana has something to say, maybe Elena has something to say. They do have some inscriptions in mind to encode. Since Slavica is not here, she couldn't possibly tell, but probably there are some inscriptions that are waiting to be digitized also. So be also free to use your own material. And if you have any, contact us so we can put it into the workshop program for everybody to see and to pick one.
All right, great. Thank you all. This was a very lively session, and I'm very glad that many of you have participated, and hopefully this energy will last in the afternoon session. So just take this hour not only to make screenshots, but to rest and prepare for the afternoon. As Mitko already announced, we will have a lecture on 3D imaging given by our colleague Nena Diončić from National Museum of Serbia. So we'll see you all in an hour. And just follow the right link to the afternoon's meeting. That would be all for now. Okay.
Rest now.
See you.
See you
Thank you
now.
all.
See you later.
See you.